topics that has been going around in the last couple of days, and I know we're going to, at some point, it's going to give us a timer, but when that does, we'll just come right back to it. And what we wanted to talk about is just really when it comes to what happened with Will Smith and Chris Rock on that Oscar night. So that's kind
Well,
of.
obviously, we don't know the full story, and it's probably impossible to know the full story and to know what was going through the minds of the actors. But there's just really no way to know or figure out exactly what was going on. We've heard so much this past week. We've heard about a prior issue, beef, if you want to call it. There's been video of that prior 2016 roasting. If you want to look at that, it's all over, floating all over social media, and then this was apparently like a kind of a response to that. Like I keep saying, there's really no way to understand the full scope and just the manifestation of the things that occurred and how and why they did. I think my weighing in would just be, as an attorney, I'm just looking at it from a perspective of why no one should slap another person if you're unprovoked, and you're not in there's no threat to your physical and life. Your life is not in danger. So that's kind of my, as far as I know, where I am. I believe that that's where we're trying to move to as people. Nonviolent resolution to differences, nonviolent resolution to issues that we have, and there's no way I can support any kind of violence in that manner. I had said we really don't know what was going on. We really don't know what was playing through the minds of Will or Chris, and I just want to put it out there that these two are one of my favorite actors of all time, or celebrities in general. I really love Will Smith. I love him really. So it was kind of sad to see that happen for me. And one of the ways I really look at a lot of things in life, I think once you become a parent, for me, your perspective on these things really change, because my first thought is my 15, 16-year-old looks up to Will Smith and loves Will Smith. What am I telling him? And that was the only question I had in my mind. And my answer was, I can't tell my son to slap someone who says something bad about him. That's not what I'm going to tell him. If he was 11, if he was 2, 5, 13, 16, 20, 21, I would never, ever encourage him to hit someone, because I understand that it's assault. He could go to jail. The other person may have a weapon. Obviously it's the Oscars, so we knew he didn't have a weapon, but that's just how I think and process through things. I'm thinking, so if I can't tell my son, my 16-year-old, to that if someone provokes you or says something and you get so pushed, or you're so pushed and it hurts so much, and then you're sick of it, just go ahead and hit them or beat them. I'm not going to ever say that to my son. So if I'm never going to say that, then I don't want to see that happen. And I don't think it's the right thing to do. I don't want my son to do that. I don't want my nephews, my nieces, anyone, or anyone in general, to go around hitting people that offend them or say things that they don't like, because people are going to offend you several times. And life is such that people are going to hurt you. They're going to hurt your feelings. People people you don't know are going to hurt your feelings. So for me, I just can't justify, hitting someone, because it is a criminal action and has consequences that could be terrible. Like I mentioned earlier, the other person could have a weapon. You could get arrested. That would destroy your life. You have a record. There's just so many things. So, in this instance, obviously, we knew there were no weapons, because I'm sure they were all nicely screened. So that was not a factor. However, I still feel the same way as far as what I want the narrative for my son to be. And that's kind of my take on that. I love these actors both dearly, and I just, pray that they would, kind of come to a good resolution. They're both of them are actually like very revered in the community around the globe. So I pray that they do get this resolved. They figure out their differences. I understand the joke may have hurt, it may have been uncomfortable, it may have been rude, it may even have been inappropriate. But like I just said earlier, because I wouldn't want my son going to hit anyone, regardless of what happens, I wouldn't, support that. Like I said, and if the other party had decided to press charges, and it could be worse, and then you go and have a criminal record for something that really didn't need to have a criminal record for, because there's so many different ways to have resolved that matter. And I understand things happen in the heat of the moment, so I pray that there is a resolution to that after that. But that being said, we just need to encourage. We just need to keep encouraging our younger ones, our youth, our children, because we, like we talked earlier, there's just so much going on. We don't know what's going on. Will Smith is a human being. He's not just a celebrity. He's not just an actor. He's not just a comedian. He's a person. He has feelings. He has emotions, and we don't know what's going on there too. So it's so important that we empower our kids as kids, so when they're older, they'll handle situations like that better, maybe I'll say, or they'll react different to situations such as that. So that's pretty much my take on it. I say violence is never the answer. I'm all about peaceful protest, peaceful resolution to whatever you could do.